When it comes to anything involving the Epstein files, the entire country seems to lean in at once. I understand why. This case has hovered over our politics, our justice system, and our collective conscience for years. So when I heard that AG Pam Bondi decided to reopen the investigation, I paid close attention, because moves like this never happen quietly, and they never happen without consequences. When investigators receive fresh leads or hear from potential victims, reopening a case is part of doing due diligence. No one wants important details overlooked. Still, I have to admit the timing raises fair questions. Not long ago, the DOJ insisted there was no need for further investigation. Then suddenly, right after President Trump announced he'd signed a bill to release the Epstein files, the Justice Department's stance shifted. It's hard for the public not to connect those dots, even if the explanations remain vague.
So yesterday, Trump announced he signed the bill to release the Epstein files in a Truth Social post, hours after his Attorney General, Pam Bondi, was asked why she suddenly reopened a new investigation, which would delay the files from being released. Oh, yeah. Watch.
The DOJ statement earlier this year saying that the files would not release mentioned the fact that the review of the documents and the evidence did not suggest that any additional investigation of third parties was warranted. What changed since then that you launched this investigation?
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law, to investigate any leads. If there are any victims, we encourage all victims to come forward, and we will continue to provide maximum transparency under the law.
It's the information. Don't you get it? Information. So will this mean that we're not going to see these files anytime soon? Can he afford, Trump, to keep them under wraps much longer, is the question.
Well, I think that's going to be an SNL cold open because there was a lot to unpack in that 30 seconds.
Josh Patel looks like he's in like a hostage.
He looks
right?
like he's watching the best movie he's ever seen. It's just totally off camera.
Yeah, strange.
Listen, I think that the public outcry here is so strong that it would be really hard to shield and to completely shield information. Now, DOJ, and Sonny can talk about this as the expert, there's a lot of ways they can stonewall and delay getting information out. But keep in mind, a lot of what they have, grand jury testimony, witness accounts, survivor accounts, those things also exist outside of DOJ. If more survivors want to tell their stories, they can. Thomas Massie, Marjorie Taylor Greene, who've put it all on the line. They're both facing primary challenges now. Donald Trump wants to see them lose their seats. They are people who can go to the House floor and they can tell the stories on behalf of victims. So I think there are still avenues to get information out, even if DOJ stonewalls. But I want to play a quick clip because this is breaking through on the right. And Joe Rogan kind of nailed this in a very mocking manner, if you will.
I heard there's no files. I heard it's a hoax. And then all of a sudden, he's going to release the files. Well, I thought there was no files.
Man.
He wants an investigation now.
Listen.
Like, what is going on?
Nobody's buying these changing explanations, and it is like the one thing uniting the country right now. Justice for victims, release all the files.
Watching the reactions, I'm noticing something rare. People across the political spectrum are demanding transparency. They want honesty, they want consistency, and they want justice, especially for the victims whose stories have been buried or delayed for far too long. For me, the priority is simple. If this investigation is being reopened, it needs to be handled with absolute clarity. Whether it uncovers new information or confirms what was previously stated, the process must be open and steady. This isn't about political wins. It's about truth, accountability, and finally giving victims the justice they were denied for decades. That's what the public expects, and that's what this moment demands.